Open Streets Abuja, initiated by Ochenuell Mobility.
This Open Street is a citizen-driven initiative that works to change people's mindset about how we view urban roads and urban streets. Over time, everybody seems to see, if you talk about road, the first thing that comes to mind is the car. People have forgotten the fact that the real definition of street is a place for people and not a place for cars. We have lost the basic principles of what a street should be. And to that extent, Open Street is an idea, an initiative, usually driven by volunteers to ensure that people's mindset can return back to that initial focus, that a street is a place for people, not for cars. Indeed, like I said during one of the trainings, I said before cars came, there were cities. There was transport before cars came. And cars came to add to the opportunities for transport rather than taking over transport. But as it is today, all infrastructure in cities, all road portions, all investments about transport is all about cars in our climate. And there's a need for us to move away from that. It's no longer news. The World Bank gave a figure the other time that 85% of urban dwellers in Africa cannot afford a car. Yet all transport budget goes into construction of roads and buying of private cars for government officials and all of that. So there's a need to change that mindset. In Nigeria, for instance, far back before 1972, 1973, cycling in urban areas used to be a focal point. Everybody wants to ride a bicycle. Civil servants are riding bicycles. Lagos the streets were laden with bicycles until the Udoji Award came, where cars were given to civil servants. A number of everyone indeed that was in the public service, including core members who just finished from NYC, were all given cars. And so much money came into the city, and as a result of that, people graduated, as it were, from walking and cycling to driving a car, and those who went there never thought of coming back. Also, there is poor development of public transport system. Beside Lagos, that has made very giant stride in Nigeria, many of the cities are not doing so much about public transport development. And I have emphasized, you don't buy just buses and put in the city and think that you are developing transport. Buses bought, put into the city, pour into the transport system is like fetching a cup of salt and pouring into an ocean. You can't feel the impact. You can't define how it impacted the lives of people. 3 years later, you can't find the transport system because all of them are gone. But if you are developing an organized public transport system and you are investing in it, then you can be sure of a sustainable future. Abuja is one of the stories we can tell. For instance, we have bought public transport buses several times, 2006, then 2012, 2013, plenty buses were injected into the transport system. 3-4 years later, the buses can't be found. The quality of service is extremely poor because there is no organized system of developing transport. So all of these ideas put together generated what is called Open Street, where the focus is we need to develop public transport system. We need to develop walking and cycling system. We need to ensure that people can walk safely within the city. We need urban spaces that is occupied by people, not by cars. We want premises of government agencies to be free from cars. And we want, indeed, the road space to be a place for people.
Aims to reduce car dependency by transforming busy urban roads into pedestrian-friendly spaces. This citizen-driven initiative temporarily closes city center roads to vehicles, allowing residents and visitors to enjoy activities like cycling clinics, children's cycling competitions, street debates, poetry, art exhibitions, skating, and wheelchair races. The event promotes sustainable urban mobility and social cohesion. Since its inception, 4 impactful editions have been held in various parts of Abuja's city center.
As the saying that says, catch them young. It's better to get them involved young. Dropping off children by a motor vehicle and letting them ride to school, which is better. You see, it creates that mental ability. It touches their mentality, giving them the opportunity to think, to be part of decision making, to understand the transport system, to know the signs on the road.